If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and we are broadcasting worldwide. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday, January 30th, 2018, global transmission. We're going to be here live for the next 4 hours, and the War Room with Owen Schroyer is coming up, and we'll have live coverage right after that, right through this first key State of the Union by President Trump, and a lot more coming up tonight at Infowars.com/show, and many of our AM and FM, as well as TV stations, not just radio stations, that are now picking up the transmission. As I predicted, wasn't hard. They voted along party lines to release the memo to the public unless the president bars its release. And then Congress could still go around that, but Trump has signaled he won't do that, and it should be out by Wednesday or Thursday. And so it's following the timeline that I was given by congressional sources last week, and we had Congressman Gates on yesterday in a very important interview that we'll be airing some excerpts of today, saying that these are cornered rats right now and that we're in a real danger zone because there's no telling what they're going to pull or what they're going to do, and that there are criminal investigations going on of these people, and it's believed that when the memo is made public, that is basically to embarrass the Justice Department, who's been sitting on top of these crimes. So it's a big deal. Dems left literally shaking over hashtag release the memo vote. That's an Information Liberation article on Infowars.com. Executive branch now has custody of intel memo for review prior to release, and White House spokesperson Conway has said the president will not release it. It's obviously too soon to do, plus he couldn't break it all down during the State of the Union. And many people are telling the president, and I agree with them, to focus on the successes and to thank the American people for seeing through the propaganda and coming together, and that a lot of the mainstream media is owned by foreign interest and the communist Chinese, and that they are here literally trying to keep Americans from getting control of their government again. That is the stake through the vampire's heart. You explain that these big mega banks are tax exempt. You explain that Bezos and others are basically tax exempt while they push world government and tax increases on the middle class. It's game over. And that's what's happening all over the world. People are discovering globalism, that it's real, that it's unelected, and it's game over. I saw a headline on CNN this morning, and we can pull it up, but I've got a screenshot of it here. It was Titans unite to attack America's tapeworm. Rising healthcare costs drain the U.S. economy. Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Jamie Dimon want to resolve that. Just document cam shot. I've got it one way or another right here. So that's the front page of CNN. And these are the very people engineering globalism. These are the very people carrying out these operations. And it's sick how they operate. I mean, here's the new headline. CNN's changed their headline to Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Jamie Dimon want to fix healthcare. Oh, like they fixed everything else, driving things into centralized combines, into monopoly systems. So Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, and Jamie Dimon want to fix healthcare when they're the ones that have been pushing for the centralization, for the socialism. The more money you throw at education, taxpayer, the higher the price, the lower the quality. The more money you throw at healthcare, it's government controlled, it creates combines and monopolies and inside boondoggle deals. Also, other fake news. Public broadcaster admits to increasing booing sounds during Trump's Devos speech. Well, you can actually hear him click it. We'll play that audio first right now. You can't just turn up the boos and then not turn up Trump speaking. You can hear that they've gone in with an effect live and actually added more boos over it, knowing that boos might be coming and they wanted to boost them. Then they would use the real low-level boos to then augment larger boos. And we saw this when he went to the Texas the college championship game that Texas wasn't involved in Alabama, Freudian slip, and he marches in, huge 5-minute standing ovation. But outside, there's a small group, maybe 150, booing in the rain when he drives by. And the media said he was booed when he arrived and when he came into the stadium. You had to watch the football game to actually see him getting a standing ovation that went on for almost 5 minutes. But the media would just show the booing outside and say that that's what happened basically inside. So that's how their tactics work. And now the state broadcaster has had to admit that it was a fraud. President Trump gave a speech at Devos, again delivering sharp criticism of the mainstream media. He stated, "It wasn't until I became a politician that I realized how nasty, how mean, how vicious, and how fake the press can be." ARD released a clip of the speech on its Twitter account for popular news program, and it was distinct boos could be heard directly after the president's comments. They went on to admit that they augmented and boosted the boos. That's not how audio works, ladies and gentlemen. They knew boos might be coming. They laid louder boos down over it. They're trying to get out of it saying, okay, well, we did just boost those. You can't in one audio track do that. You've got to go in and you've got to add it if it's live with another stream over it. Now, you can go into After Effects and all the other systems and Pro Tools. I'm talking about video and audio. I'm not an expert at it, but I've followed it for years and edited films and audio many times, as folks know. And you're sitting there looking at it. You've got to go into the wavelength and turn up only those areas, but it'll distort the audio too much. So instead, they just click a button and pot up boos. Even more fraudulent. So let's go ahead and play that clip.
And it wasn't until I became a politician that I realized how nasty, how mean, how vicious, and how fake the press can be as the cameras start going off in the background. But
hear how fake that is? Boo! Boo! I mean, they just were so lazy. They didn't even have an audio file that started low and went up. They just, oh, that's it. Boo!